Although you probably wouldn't believe it, we're in central London, and this is Fitzroy Square, which is in an area known as Fitzrovia, which is just behind Tottenham Court Road. If you like these big, tall Georgian houses, you're in for a treat. Right, let's show you around. Oh, by the way, there's lots of plaques to come as well. Now this one is Robert Adam, who was the architecture that designed Fitzroy Square. He designed the buildings and the square, and it was all completed by 1798, before the 1800s. These buildings that he designed were all made out of Portland stone in Dorset, and the way that the stone got here was by sea and then up the Thames. As you might be able to tell from the buildings, it was built for posh people. Actually, it was intended to provide residence for aristocratic families. Same thing, really, and it was built in 4 stages, and that's the 4 stages of each of the sides. And as you can see here, they're still building it. No, I'm only joking, they're doing a load of renovation. But then again, you are in central London, and there's renovation happening all the time. But a renovation to one of these buildings is not going to be cheap. But look at the amazing views you get across this square. Now this square is not open to the public, but if you live here on Fitzroy Square, you get access to a key, which means you can come in here and you can see your garden being done as well. Now the name Fitzroy and Fitzroy Street, which you got close by, the Fitzroy Tavern, which is a nice pub in Charlotte Street, have all got the family name of Charles Fitzroy, who was the 2nd Duke of Grafton. Also, believe it or not, this is rush hour in central London, but what they did, and they did this in the 1970s, they made it all quite pedestrianised. The other great thing about this square is if you're a history buff and you love looking at the blue plaques, there are loads of them around, including this one of Sir Charles Eastlake. Of August Wilhelm von Hofmann, who was a very famous professor of chemistry who discovered lots and lots of the chemicals that we use today in all sorts of things. Really hope you're enjoying the channel, and on this channel not only do we want to give you family things to come and see and do in London, but we also want to show you some of the places that you might not find on other channels or not even know existed. And as you look down this part of the square, isn't it quite telling? That red door sort of sticks out a sore thumb, doesn't it? I'm surprised they haven't told them to repaint it so it actually blends in with the rest of the houses. Here, the buildings with the 2 flags represent the flag on the left, which is the Embassy of Liberia, and the one on the right, which is the High Commission of Mozambique. But not only that, yes, we're going towards the blue plaque, because in that same building, the High Commission of Mozambique, this is where Prime Minister Lord Salisbury lived. See, how many blue plaques can you get into one square? Don't worry, there's more to come still. Now, just to show you how close we are to central London, here we're looking at the BT Tower, which used to be called the British Telecom Tower, which used to have a revolving restaurant at the top, giving you amazing views over London. That was many years ago. Can you imagine having this as your London townhouse with those amazing views over the square every morning when you open your curtains? Amazing! Now we're approaching number 29 Fitzroy Square, and here used to be the home of George Bernard Shaw, but as you can see, we've also got another plaque here as well in the blue, and this was the home of Virginia Woolf, the authoress. What I love also about these squares in central London is you sometimes stumble across them and don't actually realise they're there, but with all the trees it just adds to the greenery of London as well, which really does bring it to life. If you like discovering London houses, squares and also blue plaques, then we've got another video for you must see next, which is St James's Square.